He wanted to be a soldier. When he failed, he stalked his recruiter. That's one way to make sure you're not going to get in the Army, especially right now, especially in 2021. That's not a good look. 26-year-old Braxton Louise Danley walked into an Army recruiting station in Harrisonburg, Virginia, in March of 2018 to take his pre-screening internet-delivered computer adaptive test, which, you guys, if you join the military, they give you a practice ASVAB, okay? They give you your warm-up ASVAB test. That's your academic test to get into the military. They do that right in a recruiter's office in like a little side room or office or janitorial closet or whatever. You go on the computer, you take it, it pops up, it says you got a 9 or whatever you got, and they go, you're going to need some work to get ready for boot camp. You can't join with a 9, but if we can get you to a 23 or a 24, now we can get you in the Army. So he fails. Recruiters repeatedly denied him the chance to retake the test until he agreed to study. I guess he thought he just had a bad day. Like when you're doing your PRT, you take that one bad day. He became resentful, and then the rest plays out like this. When what followed were years of Danley harassing, years, by the way, let me say that again, years of Danley harassing and cyberstalking his main recruiter, identified in court documents as a female with the initials JJ. This poor lady, I feel bad for her because this is never going to stop. I remember everything you pricks done to me, so time to settle the score, the Luray, Virginia man Danley wrote in a May 14th, 2018 email to JJ's official Army email address. Man, imagine getting that. How bad you would feel in that moment. Like you know you're dealing with a crazy person. The message was first of many threatening text messages, emails, and phone calls. Danley even called the recruiting station later that day and told a different recruiter that the Army needed to arrest him because he was angry. He said, "Come arrest me. I'm a madman. I'm a crazy person. You got to get me off the streets." Army, of course, can't go do that. They have no jurisdiction to do that. Following the threatening email and phone call, JJ contacted law enforcement, which on JJ, by the way, the victim, just as a reminder, signed a no trespass notice barring Danley from the Harrisburg recruiting station. This only made him more angry. 2 weeks later, on June 1st, Danley sent a text message to JJ's official cell phone saying, "So that's how it is now. You F my goddamn record up. Now I can't get a job anywhere. Okay, you want to play?" That's not even worse. Now it's getting even worse. According to court documents, the recruiter did not, in fact, want to play. "No, I do not want to play. Please, no playing." She chose not to respond, and following a barrage of text messages from Danley, she was issued a new official phone. So you got to change your number. You got to go to work every day in the same office. I mean, the guy knows where you work. He could just violate his restraining order. This is terrifying stuff. 9 days later, Danley used one of her parents' Facebook accounts to send her more messages. "Hey, it Brax," the first of 3 messages was sent read. "That makes no sense. Can't understand why you effed me over in that test. Guess because I look like a druggie, right? I try to fix my life and you effed it. Now I'm hunted by your people. F you. None of you will walk away if you serve papers on me. A fight is here now. Face me." Wow. JJ, dealing with stuff like that, must be under insane stress. And she's in the Army, which means she's probably not getting any support from her chain of command. Following these messages, the recruiter sought and was granted a preliminary protective order against Danley, which he violated on December 23rd, 2018, so on Christmas, so that's great, and sends the scariest message of all. "Lock and load, effers. I'm at your doorstep now." This is no joking around. People are crazy out there. And when they decide that you're their person that they're going to have a problem with, you have to just start living in fear. Because not only do you have like very little ways, means to defend yourself against this kind of thing until they actually act on it. Like there's very little police can do. There's very little you can do until this person actually acts on these words and attacks you. And then what? They only end up getting punished for their eventual inevitable crime and there's nothing you can do to intervene. So it's ultimately probably going to happen if this person wants it to happen. Danley was arrested and convicted of misdemeanor charges of violation of protective order and sentenced to 12 months in prison. In February 2019, he was released. In February 2019, he was sentenced, but he was released at the end of June. He only did about half his sentence, just a little bit more. A few months after his, maybe less more, he did 6 months. A few months after his release, Danley made another Facebook post, this time saying, "Remember JRJ, this is 2, period. You, I'm coming to get you." Something totally, nonsense. Probably is on drugs. Along with a threatening message, Danley then posted a link to it says S-Kit's Craven music video, which is a music video in which a crime is being committed. Somebody breaks into a house and harasses a family, really bad. I won't say it on here, so it might trigger some YouTube stuff. At one point, Danley was deemed mentally unfit to understand the severity of his actions, which is BS, because that means he's probably crazy and probably will do this stuff. As a result, JJ continued to seek legal action against Danley, who ultimately pled guilty to cyber stalking on December 20th, 2021. So only about 2 weeks ago. Danley's sentencing trial is set for February 1st. He could get up to 5 years in prison as the maximum sentence. He likely will not get that, and this is going to probably continue on for JJ. So if there's any way that I can continue to cover this story or follow up with it, if we hear any more information, I definitely will do that. I hope JJ's okay. I do not want to cover a story in a year that JJ was killed by this cyberstalker, because that would be tragic. That would be an absolute travesty of, her right to live and protect herself and pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and all that. It's obvious that this guy's a danger. So they need to give him maximum punishment. So hopefully she transfers, and moves to a new state, a new job, maybe overseas. She comes to Okinawa, something like that, gets away from this dude. Oh, man, that is sketch. That is super sketch. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching that clip from our live show. We're live right here on YouTube, Sunday through Thursday, 1800 Pacific Standard Time. If you want, come on by, join the chat. I'd love to hear from you. If you like that video and you want to see more, consider checking out this video right here or subscribing to the channel with this button right here. I look forward to talking to you really soon. I'm out for now.